Good morning, children. Third lecture of halogen derivative of alkanes and arenes. Now here in previous lecture we have seen preparation methods, and in this preparation method using alcohol and phosphorus trihalides and phosphorus pentahalides. So these are examples. As in that we have already seen this, completed this by using thionyl chloride also. So using alcohol and thionyl chloride, this general reaction ROH plus SOCl2 thionyl chloride gives alkyl chloride plus sulfur dioxide plus HCl. Now this method is suitable for preparation of alkyl chlorides as the byproducts formed here are sulfur dioxide gas and hydrogen chloride gas. So they escape easily and we don't have to take extra effort for their separation. Okay, see how will you obtain ethyl chloride by using suitable alcohol and thionyl chloride. So ethyl chloride we have to prepare. So try to solve this example, write chemical reaction. So the product we want, the desired product is ethyl chloride CH3CH2Cl. So we must have to use ethyl alcohol plus SOCl2. Now preparation of alkyl halides from hydrocarbons, saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Here, when alkanes are treated with halogens in presence of UV light, it gives mixture of mono, di, tri to polyalkyl halide, and which is very difficult to separate from each other. Okay, so this method already we have seen in 11th standard. So here this method is not useful because here the desired alkyl halide is not obtained because mixture of mono, di, tri or polyalkyl halide is obtained. Now next is from alkenes. So addition of HX to alkene, hydrohalogenation. This is also called as hydrohalogenation. Now here order of reactivity of HX is HI is greater than HBr is greater than HCl, because here it is more reactive because of the size of iodine than bromine, and chlorine is the smallest atom in size in halogen among halogens. Okay, so more the size of atom, the bond length is also greater the bond length, weaker is the bond, and it is reactive. Here the force of attraction between hydrogen and chlorine, because of smaller size of chlorine, the bond is shorter bond. Okay, so here this is the order of reactivity. See, for example, CH2 double bond CH2 plus HBr, this is alkene. Hydrogen goes to this carbon, bromine goes to this carbon, and double bond changes to single bond. So CH3 CH2 Br, or Br CH2 CH3. If another example, that is propene, prop 1 in plus HBr. Now here this alkene is unsymmetrical. Reagent is also unsymmetrical. Now here there is possibility of getting these two products. So first, hydrogen goes to this carbon, bromine goes to this carbon, double bond changes to single bond, and this CH3 CH2 CH2 Br, this product is obtained. And another, bromine will go to this carbon across the double bond, hydrogen will go to this carbon of the double bond, and double bond changes to single bond, we get this 2 bromopropane. Here it is 1 bromopropane. Now look here, this is major product and this is minor product. This major product formation take place according to Markovnikov's rule. So what is statement for Markovnikov's rule? So just recall, we have seen this in 11th standard. When alkene is unsymmetrical and reagent is also unsymmetrical, positive and negative charge. So the negative part of the reagent goes to that carbon across the double bond of alkene, which has least number of hydrogens, and hydrogen will go to that carbon carrying more number of hydrogen across the carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, so by this Markovnikov's rule, the major product formation take place. Again, we have also seen peroxide effect. So what is peroxide effect? So if this reaction take place in presence of peroxide, sodium peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, benzyl peroxide, any peroxide, then the reaction take place with anti-Markovnikov's rule. That is, the negative part of reagent will go to that carbon across the double bond which carries more number of hydrogens. So according to peroxide effect, anti-Markovnikov's rule, or according to Kharash effect, it is also called as Kharash effect. This bromine will go to this carbon and hydrogen will go to this carbon. Double bond changes to single bond. Okay, means if peroxide is taken, then this will be the major product and this will be the minor product. Okay, so here CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus HBr. Try to solve this. So bromine will go to this carbon which gives the major product, that this example. Okay, and minor product, bromine will go to this carbon, hydrogen will go to this carbon, and double bond changes to single bond. This will be the minor product. According to try to solve this second example. So this alkene and in presence of peroxide. So for solving such examples, now just look across this double bond. Note that this carbon has no hydrogen and this carbon has one hydrogen. So this carbon containing less number of hydrogens and this contains more number of hydrogen. But here peroxide is present. So in presence of peroxide, the negative part of reagent goes to that carbon which carries more number of hydrogen. So this will be the major product and this will be minor product. Okay. By halogen exchange method. Finkelstein reaction, alkyl chlorides or alkyl bromides when react with sodium iodide in presence of acetone, alkyl iodide formation takes place. So here halogen exchange, if alkyl containing chloride or bromide, when it reacts with sodium iodide in presence of acetone, corresponding alkyl iodide formation takes place, and sodium chloride or sodium bromide are precipitated as byproduct. Okay, now Schwartz reaction. Alkyl chloride when reacts with silver fluoride or in presence of any metal fluorides like as mercurous fluoride, antimony fluoride, it gives corresponding fluoride and silver chloride is get precipitated. So in both reactions, alkyl halides, these halides are exchanged with another halides, here iodide and here fluoride. So this method is known by a name halogen exchange method, Finkelstein reaction, and Schwartz reaction. Okay. Preparation by Sandmeyer's reaction. Now replacement of diazonium group bond N plus triple bond N by chloride bromide groups using cuprous chloride or cuprous bromide. So corresponding aryl halide formation take place. So how this diazonium salt is obtained? See here, this is aniline. Aniline containing NH2 group directly bonded to benzene ring. So aniline plus HNO2. So this HNO2 is obtained by reaction of sodium nitrite plus HCl at very low temperature. It gives benzene diazonium chloride, N plus double bond N Cl minus, benzene diazonium chloride. So this benzene diazonium chloride when reacts with cuprous chloride in presence of HCl, it gives chlorobenzene plus nitrogen gas liberates. If this diazonium salt, benzene diazonium chloride reacts with copper bromide and HBr, it gives bromobenzene. And when it reacts with potassium iodide, it gives iodobenzene plus nitrogen gas liberated and KCl is obtained. So this reaction is known as, or this reaction by using Sandmeyer's reaction. Now let us go next slide. Physical properties. Physical properties of alkyl halide depends on polarity of triple bond CX, the bonds and the size of halogen atom. Now here the size of halogen atom is given in this way from top to bottom. Halogen, then chlorine has bigger atomic size, then bromine has bigger atomic size than chlorine, and iodine is having bigger size than that of bromine. So why? Because from this period we jump to next period, so one more extra shell is get added, so atomic size increases. Here again one more shell and size increases, and so on. Okay. Now as halogens are more electronegative than carbon, this CX bond is polar bond. It is polar bond. That is, this shared electron pair shifted or moves towards halogen side, and halogen get partial negative and carbon get partial positive charge. So it is polar in nature. So as we see the formation of CX bond, this carbon with all single bonds, this carbon is sp3 hybridized carbon, and halogen participate in bond formation with the electron in pz orbital. Okay, the size of X atom from fluorine to iodine, which increases CX bond length, hence greater the bond length, weaker is the bond is. That is CH3F 139 picometer smaller size, CH3Cl, that is bond between carbon and chlorine. Size of chlorine is more than that of fluorine. So 178 picometer, the internuclear distance between this carbon and nucleus of chlorine increases. Here it also again increases 193 picometer, and here 214 picometer. Okay, so here greater the bond length, weaker is the bond of methyl iodide. Third point, strongest bond is formed by overlap of same principal quantum numbers. So when overlapping between same principal quantum number take place, then the bond form is the strongest bond. Now see here, when we see CF bond, so here the principal quantum number of sp3 hybridized carbon is second, and that of fluorine is also second. So same principal quantum numbers, electrons are overlapping in this bond formation. So this CF bond is more stronger. What happens here in this CCl bond? Here carbon has second principal quantum number, main energy level is second, but here the electron belongs to 3pz. Third shell is main shell, main energy level. Okay. Here in carbon bromine CBr bond, its atomic orbital, hybrid orbitals belongs to second level, and electron from pz orbital of the fourth shell, fourth energy level, 4pz. And here it is overlapping between 2sp3 and 5pz. So 2sp3 of carbon atom cannot penetrate the larger p orbital. This second sp3 carbon can penetrate here because the main energy levels are same. But as p size increases, number of quantum number, principal quantum number increases, it is unable to penetrate the electron of carbon to this third shell pz orbital, to this fourth shell pz orbital, and here it is quite difficult. So this bond is weaker than this, and this CF bond is stronger. So thus the order of bond length, bond strength is CH3F greater than CH3Cl greater than CH3Br and CH3I. Alkyl halide has sweet smell. Next, physical properties. Smell, alkyl halide having sweet smelling compounds. They are sweet smelling compounds. Lower members are gases, while higher members are liquid or solids. Their boiling points. Boiling point of alkyl halide is greater than corresponding alkane because it is polar bond, and here it is non-polar bond. the polarity of carbon and hydrogen is nearly same, and high molecular mass. The magnitude of van der Waals force increases with increase in size and mass of halogen. Mass of halogen. So order of boiling point, alkyl iodide is greater than alkyl bromide, than alkyl chloride, than alkyl fluoride. So here smaller size, fluorine having smaller size. So van der Waals force of attraction with carbon is very less, very big than this, and here it is greater because the size of iodine is greater, bigger. So third point, for given halogen, boiling point increases with increase in molecular mass. CH3Cl less than C2H5Cl less than C3H7Cl C4H9Cl, N-butyl chloride, propyl chloride, ethyl chloride, and methyl chloride. All these chloride compounds, alkyl chlorides, but as molecular mass increases, boiling point also increases. So see the boiling point in increasing manner. Okay. Next, in case of isomeric alkanes, boiling point of alkyl halide decreases with increase in branching. So here N-butyl bromide 375 Kelvin, here isobutyl bromide or secondary butyl bromide 364 Kelvin, and here tertiary butyl bromide 346 Kelvin. As branching present, the molecular size decreases. As molecular size decreases, by this rule, van der Waals forces also decreases. If more size, bigger size, van der Waals forces of attractions, they are also greater. But here, because of branching, the size of molecule decreases. Here, size of molecule again decreases. So it affects on the boiling point. Boiling point decreases with branching. So here, next, alkyl halides are slightly soluble in water due to intermolecular forces of attraction, but they are readily soluble in organic solvents. Alkyl halides, they are unable to form hydrogen bonding with water, hence they are less soluble in water. Okay, so solubility in water means formation of hydrogen bond with that compound, partial positive charge of water, hydrogen, and partial negative charge of that dissolving molecule. So here it is unable to form H bonding with water, and hence these alkyl halides are slightly or less soluble in water. Now the next question, the question is arrange the following compounds in order of increasing boiling point. So here 1 bromopropane, 3 carbons, isopropyl bromide, 3 carbons, but here this is 1 bromopropane, that is N bromopropane, longer chain, and here branch. So this has higher boiling point than this. And the third one is bromobutane, that is 4 carbons, means it has the higher boiling point than this and than this. Okay, this way we can solve such type of examples. See first the chain length propane, here it is also propane, but here one bromopropane, normal propane, and here branching decreases boiling point. So these both are derived from propane, but here this one bromopropane having higher boiling point than this. But here in this third compound, it is derived from butane having 4 carbons, and it is 1 bromobutane. So bigger size of this molecule, so it has higher boiling point than 1 bromopropane than isopropyl bromide. Now isomerism. So what is isomerism? We are going to see isomerism in this halogen derivatives. So two or more compounds with same molecular formula, they are called isomers, and this phenomenon is called as isomerism. So here structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. Two or more compounds with same molecular formula but different structural formula. Here two or more compounds with same structural formula but different spatial arrangement of groups. The arrangement of groups in the space. So on this basis, they are again further classified as geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. Geometrical and optical isomerism. This structural isomerism further classified as chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional group isomerism, metamerism, and tautomerism. Just let us see now different carbon skeleton depending on chain length, chain isomerism. So it is chain isomerism. Position isomerism, different position of the same functional group on the same skeleton. So if one bromobutane and two bromobutane is taken, the functional group is bromine. In first case, the bromine is present at first carbon, and in second case, bromine functional group is present at second carbon. Okay, functional group isomerism. Isomerism, the compounds which having same molecular formula but different functional groups present, they are called as functional group isomers of each other, and this phenomenon is functional group isomerism. Here example of CH3CH2OH, ethyl alcohol, and acetone, CH3OCH3. Functional groups are different but molecular formula is same. Ethyl group, ethyl alcohol contains OH, alcoholic functional group, hydroxyl functional group, and CH3OCH3. Acetone has ethereal functional group. Metamerism. So here unequal distribution of carbon atoms on either sides of functional group. So here this metamerism can occur, can be, we will study in aldehydes and ketones. Okay, tautomerism. So in this tautomerism, rapidly interconverting structural isomers. So unstable structure, by proton shift, it convert into stable structure, stable conformation. So here that is called as, these two molecules are called as tautomers of each other, and this phenomenon is called as tautomerism. Now next, from this previous slide, we are going to continue this optical isomerism in halogen derivatives, and here stereoisomerism. So what is the definition? Compounds having same molecular formula but different spatial arrangement in space of its atoms or groups. For example, 2-chlorobutane. Here CH3, CH, Cl, C2H5. This is the formula, structural formula. Now in this structural formula, this carbon is sp3 hybridized, and as it is sp3 hybridized, it has tetrahedral geometry. It has tetrahedral geometry. Sorry. Now in this tetrahedral geometry, if we try to arrange this all atoms or groups on paper, so as we look the structure on paper, it is planar, but this we have also studied. So this dotted line, it indicates that hydrogen atom is backside the plane of slide. This bold line indicates C2H5, this group coming out in front of us, front side to the plane of slide. Okay, so this is pointing towards us, towards you, and this simple lines H and Cl, they indicates that these groups or atoms, they are present on the plane of slide or paper. Okay, so three tetrahedral structure. If a mirror is placed, if it is first structure, and in front of this structure 1 a mirror is placed, its image can be seen here. That chlorine mirror image, C2H5 away from the mirror, and this is hydrogen again away from the mirror. So in this way, this is structure 2 and this is structure first. Structure second is mirror image of this object, mirror image of this first structure. Now look, this carbon has star mark. It is called as asterisk carbon, or it is also called as chiral carbon. It is also called as chiral carbon. What is chiral carbon? Look here, all these 4 valencies of this carbon are bonded with different atoms or group of atoms, and all these are monovalent. Hydrogen, this is methyl, this is chlorine, this is ethyl. Not a single atom or group is similar, identical. So these all are not identical, non-identical atoms or group of atoms. So what is the definition? Chiral carbon. Carbon atom in the molecule which carries 4 different groups or atoms is called chiral carbon. Chiral molecule and its mirror image are non-superimposable to each other. Now what is this point? Chiral molecule, this is chiral molecule, and its mirror image, they are having non-superimposable object mirror image relationship. Means if we take this molecule, take this first structure and put here over the second structure, then chlorine will not coincide with this chlorine, with this hydrogen, and this hydrogen will not coincide with this chlorine. So it is non-superimposable relationship between structure 1 and structure 2. Suppose a sphere, a circle is taken, its mirror image is also circle. Then the relationship between these two, first circle and second circle, so they have non-superimposable relationship between each other, because as we take this and put over this its image, then it is superimposable. It is impossible to completely coincide with each other. All sides, that is circle coinciding with each other. So it is superimposable relationship. But here in this chiral compounds, first chiral compound or first structure is non-superimposable with the second structure, means its mirror image. See, if we take structure 1 and put on structure 2, they will non-superimposable to each other. Like our left hand and right hand. Try to put your left hand directly as it is in same direction on your right hand. Backside to backside, non-superimposable. Or open side to open side, non-superimposable. Okay, so it is called handedness. Handedness. It is called handedness or chirality. So the meaning of chir means hand. In Greek or Latin, the meaning of chir is hand. So in this way, these molecules which containing chiral carbon, asymmetric carbon, such compounds show optical activity. Optical isomerism means they must have this stereoisomers. Their molecular formula is same, but their spatial arrangement is different. Okay. Now here, structure 1 and structure 2 are optical isomers of each other, as they have oppositely, they behave oppositely in front of light. They behave oppositely in front of light. So that we are going to see here about structure 1 and structure 2, or object and its mirror image. Their molecular formula is same, but different spatial arrangement, and their behavior in front of light, plain polarized light, their behavior is different. So they are called as optical isomers. What is optical activity? The activity or property of compound to rotate the plane polarized light to clockwise or anti-clockwise direction is called optical activity, and the compound is called optically active. Okay, to understand these all terms or concept in this optical activity, so by this figure we will see these all terms. Now here, this is the source of light, ordinary ray of light. So this vibrates in all directions perpendicular to the way of propagation. So from back side to our side, the propagation, the light is propagating. in all perpendicular directions to this way of propagation, the light ray vibrates. It is called as ordinary ray of light. This is cross section taken. Now when this ordinary ray of light is passed through Nichols prism. So here these two Nichols prism are cemented with special type of cement, Canada balsam. So these two prisms, they are connected, they are bonded, they are attached to each other, and it is called as Nichols prism. It is Nichols prism. When this ordinary ray of light is passed through Nichols prism, then the emerging light, the light which comes out from the Nichols prism, vibrates in single direction, only one direction. It is called as plane polarized light. Now here ordinary ray of light vibrates in all directions perpendicular to the way of propagation. When such ordinary light is entered in this Nichols prism, the emerging light vibrates in only one direction. It is called plane polarized light. Now this plane polarized light is passed through a certain device. It is a polarimeter. This polarimeter here, this is way to fill, opening to fill the compound, organic compound. Which compound? So the compound which contains chiral carbon, In previous sheet, previous slide, we have seen what is chiral compound. Chiral carbon, which is bonded to 4 different monovalent atoms or groups. It is called chiral carbon. So such compound containing chiral carbon, if placed in this polarimeter, because this chiral compound or such compound having chiral carbon, it has two stereoisomer. One is object and another is its mirror image, and both are non-superimposable to each other. Okay, so here such either first structure or either second structure, any one of it is placed here in this polarimeter. Then the emerging light, so the light coming out this polarimeter, that is emerging light, rotates the plane of plane polarized light in clockwise direction, in positive direction. So clockwise or positive direction, it is called as dextro rotation. The rotation in positive direction or clockwise direction, it is dextro rotation. Dexterous, means to right side. According to Green Latin word, dexterous means right side. So the rotation of this PPL, plane polarized light, vibrates in single direction, and here it is get rotated to clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. If it is rotated to anti-clockwise direction, then it is called as levo rotation. Anti-clockwise, levo, or negative. Levos mean left side. Okay, so if sorry, chiral compound, first structure and its mirror image is second. If first is placed in this polarimeter, it rotates either clockwise or either anti-clockwise. If it rotates in clockwise direction to plane polarized light, then its optical isomer, its stereo isomer, that is its mirror image, it rotates the PPL in anti-clockwise direction. Means rotation of first structure is if clockwise direction, then the rotation of plane polarized light by second structure is anti-clockwise direction. Their molecular formula is same. Their structural arrangement is different in space, and their rotation of direction of rotation of plane polarized light, one rotate PPL to clockwise direction and another rotate PPL to anti-clockwise direction. So they are called as optical isomers of each other. Got it? So here all these definitions: ordinary ray of light, light rays vibrates in all directions perpendicular to way of its propagation. It is called ordinary ray of light. These are definitions. Plane polarized light. Light rays vibrates only in one plane perpendicular to way of propagation, each called plane polarized light. Dextrorotatory compound. Compound which rotates the plane polarized light in clockwise direction, that is to right hand side, is known as dextrorotatory compound. Dextro means right, and it is denoted by plus sign or D sign. D for dextro. Levorotatory compound, the compound which rotate the PPL to levus, left side or anti-clockwise, which rotate PPL to anti-clockwise direction or to left side, is known as levorotatory compound. Levo means left, and it is denoted by negative sign or L sign. So try to understand this: dextro rotation, levo rotation, plus sign, D, minus sign or L. So this will be useful in biomolecules. So try to get clear these all concepts. Okay. Now the next is racemic mixture. Equimolar mixture of dextro and levorotatory compound is known as racemic mixture, and it is denoted by plus minus or DL sign. Okay. Now here, so structure 1 if it is dextrorotatory, structure 2 if it is levorotatory, or vice versa. Anyway, it is levo and it is dextro, whatever it may be. But one rotate the PPL in one direction and the another, its mirror image, the second structure, it rotates in opposite direction. Okay. So these both compounds are optically active. Why optically active? Because they affects on the plane polarized light. PPL get vibrates in one direction, and hello. So this is also optically active, and this is also optically active. Now racemic mixture. Racemic mixture is equimolar mixture of dextro and levorotatory compound. It is known as racemic mixture. Means suppose 50% this dextro compound and 50% levo compound, they are mixed together, or 50 ml and 50 ml. Equal volumes are mixed with each other, then the obtained mixture is called as racemic mixture. Now, about optical activity of racemic mixture, you can easily tell that racemic mixture is optically inactive. It is optically inactive because of external compensation. That is, the effect made by 50% dextro compound is cancelled by the effect of 50% levo compound, because it contains this racemic mixture contains 50% dextro compound and 50% levo compound. So the effect made by this 50% dextro is rotation by certain angle in positive direction, in clockwise direction, is get cancelled by presence of this levo compound, because it is also 50% and angle of rotation is also with same magnitude but in opposite direction. Okay, so in this way racemic mixture is optically inactive. Now here let us see how to know the compound is optically active or not. So to discuss the optical activity of the compound, the following points must be considered. So here, first point, the compound must contain tetrahedral carbon having tetrahedral geometry, and the example is 2-chlorobutane. See, this is tetrahedral geometry. This is a steric carbon, chiral carbon, bonded to hydrogen, chlorine, CH3 and C2H5. So you know this. This is tetrahedron, regular tetrahedron. Carbon is at the center of regular tetrahedron, and all these bonded atoms or group of atoms, they present at the corner of four corners of the regular tetrahedron. Second and important criteria, that one chiral carbon or asymmetric carbon must be present. That compound must contains at least one chiral carbon or asymmetric carbon. Now in this chlorobutane, 2-chlorobutane, CH3CClH, C2H5, one chiral carbon, one asymmetric carbon. It is chiral carbon because it is bonded to one hydrogen, second chlorine, third methyl, and fourth ethyl group. All are different. No one is identical. Third point, as compound has chiral carbon, it must exist with its isomer or which having non-superimposable relationship between them. Thus, compound first is dextrorotatory and compound 2 is levorotatory. So here, this is first structure and this is second structure of 2-chlorobutane. So this is, if rotates PPL in clockwise direction, it is dextrorotatory. Then obviously, its mirror image rotates the PPL in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this is dextrorotatory. Its mirror image, non-superimposable mirror image, is levorotatory. Then optical activity of racemic mixture of DL or plus 2 chlorobutane. If 50% dextro 2 chlorobutane and 50% levo 2 chlorobutane, they are mixed with each other, then the obtained mixture is DL 2 chlorobutane or plus minus 2 chlorobutane. It is optically active. It is optically inactive due to external compensation. Means what? Effect made by this dextrorotatory compound on PPL is get cancelled by effect made by this levorotatory compound on plane polarized light, because both first and second compound, first and second structures, one is dextrorotatory, another is levorotatory, their equimolar mixture is present in this DL pair plus minus 2 chlorobutane. So equimolar mixture of D2 chlorobutane and L2 chlorobutane is a racemic mixture. So in this way, to discuss the optical activity, the compound must contains first at least one asymmetric carbon. Second point, it has tetrahedral geometry. That compound must show tetrahedral geometry. It has stereoisomers or stereomers, so which are object and mirror image, and their relationship is non-superimposable. They should not superimposable with each other. This is next point. And third point, one rotates the PPL in clockwise direction, means it is dextrorotatory. Then obviously the second structure or its mirror image rotates the PPL in anti-clockwise direction. And the fourth last point is the racemic mixture of these two compounds, dextro and levo compounds, their racemic mixture is optically inactive, because the effect made by dextro compound on PPL is get cancelled by this levo compound on plane polarized light, rotation of plane polarized light. So in this way, we can discuss